So good morning. Today we will start the fundamentals of filter theory. So we will cover active filters. So before going in the detail, first we will see what are the advantages of active filter over conventional passive filter. So conventional passive filter consisting passive elements, resistance, capacitance and inductors. While active filter will consist at least one active element, such as op-amp. So op-amp or OTA, we will say these are basic analog building blocks which are used for making these signal processing circuits and other generation circuits. So if we talk about active filters, so what is the need of active filters and what was the drawback of passive filter? So first important point, if we have, let's say, two sections of passive filter. So two sections of passive filter, in that case, let's say this is one section, this is another section. And if we will directly cascade these two passive filters and assume the transfer function of this filter is T and this T1 and this filter is T2. Then in case of passive filter, if we are cascading these two passive filters, the cascaded system will not have transfer function equal to T1 dot T2. This is because of loading. So in case of active filters, this loading effect can be easily avoided by using buffers. And sometimes, for example, used analog building block will provide itself such a property that we will not any buffer. Second, in case of passive filters, we do not have flexibility in positioning of poles and zeros, limited flexibility. But compared to passive filter, we normally have better flexibility in positioning of poles and zeros without affecting each other. Third important point, if we will use inductors, so inductors are very bulky, especially if we will design low frequency filters. So these bulky inductors will occupy much more area on silicon chip. So this is one of the reasons that's why we do not use inductors in active circuits. We will use synthetic inductors such as we have seen in case of GIC, a two op-amp structure which we have covered in last class. So by using this type of circuit, we will realize the artificial inductor and then we will use if we need inductor. The most important point is the fourth one. We will have tunable analog filters. So tunable analog filters, we can use MOSFET based resistor. So we know MOSFET can be used as a resistor in triode region. So by varying the resistance value, we can vary the frequency of the filter. Or we can use the OTA type of analog building block, which have property of variable transconductance using the bias current control. So this type of flexibility is not available in case of passive filters. So why tuning is important? So the main purpose, if we need variable frequency filter, so we must have some mechanism by which we can vary the frequency of filter. Another advantage, we know filter parameters, for example, the pole frequency may vary depending on the environmental condition, for example, temperature. If we will go in VLSI, so there will be two more terms, process, voltage and temperature. So these three parameters create unwanted change in filter parameters. So if we will have availability of tunability feature, then we can retune the filter parameters using tunable mechanism, whichever we will have, whether we are using MOS register or OTA. So this is the advantage of active filter over passive. Now coming to some limitation. So limitation, the operating frequency of filter. No doubt operating frequency of filter will be much smaller than the gain bandwidth product of the analog building block which we will use. So for example, op-amp, so its unity gain frequency, as we have seen in previous classes, it is close to 1 megahertz. So obviously the operating frequency will be much lower than this frequency. Second, we need power supply for driving the analog building blocks. For example, plus VCC, minus VCC. So these power supply will not be required in case of passive filters. Passive element do not need any power supply. Only we have to give the input and we will get the output. But in case of active filters, power supply is must. Now before starting the filter theory, first we will see what are the basic filter functions and what is ideally required filter functions. So we have mainly three filter functions: low pass, high pass, band pass. So these are the three basic filter functions. Two more filter functions, that is band reject and all pass. These can be derived with the help of low pass, high pass and band pass. So let us see one by one. So this is the ideal structure of low pass filter. So as it is clear by name, low pass filter will pass a particular lower band of frequency. So here this is the band of frequency ranging from 0 to FH, which will be passed. That's why it is called pass band. And frequency higher than FH will be stopped. So it is called stop band. So this is gain versus frequency plot. So if we see, ideally what is required? Ideally we need constant gain in pass band and zero gain in stop band. So we will say all the frequency components ranging from 0 to FH must be passed through a constant gain, whichever gain we will have taken. In present case we have taken unity. And all the components, frequency components higher than FH must be perfectly attenuated, or we will say should be processed with gain of 0. In same way, high pass response. So as it is clear by name, it will pass a particular range of frequencies which are higher than this FL. So here this pass band is this much. Means frequencies ranging from FL to some higher frequencies will be passed with a gain of constant gain, here let's say unity, and frequency components having frequency ranging from 0 to FL will be perfectly blocked, that is with gain of 0. So this is the characteristic of high pass response. Note that from pass band to stop band, we have sharp vertical transition. Means gain value is switching from 1 to 0. 1 to 0. But in case of practical filters, we will not have sharp transition from pass band to stop band. So here over the right hand side we have shown practical response. So in case of ideal response only we will have two bands, pass band, stop band, pass band, stop band. But in case of practical filter, we will have one more band, that is called transition band, which is between pass band and stop band. So here again this frequency FH, in case of low pass and high pass filter, this is called 3 dB frequency or corner frequency or cutoff frequency. So in practical response, this much band ranging from 0 to FH, this is for low pass. This is called pass band. And then we will define some attenuation level in stop band. And let's say we will say this is the minimum gain, after which we will say we have stop band. And in between these two, from pass band to stop band, this particular gap where we have gradual fall of gain, we will say this is transition band, TB. In same way, for high pass response, more than FL, we will have pass band. Then this is the minimum gain condition or attenuation, whichever will be given in a specification. We have defined stop band, and between these two there is a transition band. In similar way, we will have same concept in case of band pass and band reject. So in case of band pass, as it is clear by name, a frequency band ranging from FL to FH will be passed. Below it, that is 0 to FL, will be perfectly blocked, and above FH perfectly blocked. So we will have two stop bands in case of band pass filter, and pass band is ranging from FL to FH. Band reject filter is reverse of this. In case of band reject filter, a particular band of frequency will be attenuated, ideally perfectly rejected, and this is the band FL to FH. So this is the stop band, and frequency ranging from 0 to FL will be passed, that's why pass band. Above FH will be passed, that's why pass band. So like in case of low pass and high pass, we have seen transition band in case of practical response. Again we will have transition band in case of band pass filter and band reject filters. So this is a practical response of a band pass filter. So how do we decide these two frequency points, that is FL and FH? So let's say maximum gain is unity. So gain is falling over either side. This is called center frequency FC of the band pass response, and the point at which gain, these are the 2 points, let's say cross, at which gain will reduce by 1 by root 2. So highest gain is, let's say, A, and now gain is decreased by root 2 factor. So these are the 2 points. 1 by root 2 is 0.707. So at this particular point, we will define upper and lower cutoff frequency, FL and FH. These are also called 3 dB points. Reason, if we will take 20 log 1 by root 2, so this will come as minus 3 dB. So gain at this point is 3 dB below the highest gain. So this corner frequency or cutoff frequency, and same definition holds in case of low pass and high pass and band reject also. So this is also called 3 dB points. So in case of band pass filter, we will define a bandwidth. So bandwidth is nothing but the gap of these two, that is FH minus FL. So this is the band which will be passed and remaining all frequencies will be stopped. In case of band reject, FH minus FL band will be stopped and remaining frequencies will be passed. Now we will see first order low pass filter. So this is a very simple configuration. Op-amp based first order low pass filter. These are the gain registers and this is the RC network which we have used. So we know there is a negative feedback, there will be virtual sorting. So voltage at this point, this is now non-inverting configuration. This voltage V1 will be amplified by this op-amp with gain of 1 plus this by this. So we will say this multiplied by V1 is equal to V0. Now what is V1? So actual input is Vi. We can apply voltage divider, reason no current will source or sink through the input terminal of op-amp. So voltage across this capacitor is the voltage V1. So applying voltage divider, we will get V1 is equal to this much. Now we have to obtain the transfer function, that is V0 by Vi. Note that capacitive impedance is 1 by SC. So using these two equations, we can get the transfer function of this low pass filter as minus 1 plus, sorry, this is not minus, this must be plus. So this is 1 plus RF by R1, gain is 1 plus RF by R1 divided by 1 plus SCR. If we are putting S is equal to J omega, so same equation, now here we have replaced this factor as A, the gain. So this transfer function can be rewritten in this form, and omega is equal to 2 pi f. So in terms of frequency f in hertz, the same equation can be rewritten in this way also, and where this fh or omega h, this is given by this much. Omega h will be simple 1 by 2, sorry, RC, simple 1 by time constant. So now this is a low pass filter. We can check this also. So we will see S tending to 0. S tending to 0 means omega tending to 0. So if we are putting S tending to 0, so the gain will be 1 plus RF by Ri. So at lower frequency, or we will see what is the DC gain. So DC gain calculated at omega is equal to 0. This is coming as simple A, 1 plus Rf by Ri. Now, if we will check for frequency omega tending to infinite, so for omega tending to infinite, here if we will put, actually we should take the mod value of this, then we should put S is omega tending to infinite, then we will get the exact value, but we can directly proceed. So if we are putting S is equal to infinite or omega is equal to infinite, this term will become 0. So this term is 0. So this clarifies that this is a low pass response. This is the gain equation. This is the gain equation. Now sometimes one specific question is asked. Okay, one more point. If we will check at frequency omega equal to omega h, or f tends to fh, so we can easily see this factor will be 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is under root 2. So at corner frequency, which I have already explained, at corner frequency, that is f is equal to fh, gain will be a by root 2. One specific question which is normally asked: design the same filter for unity gain condition. So if we see in previous filter, gain is 1 plus Rf by Ri. So if we need A is equal to 1 plus, so if we need to make gain as unity, we need only this factor. So we have to eliminate this factor. So we will say if Rf is 0 or Ri is infinite, so we will get unity gain condition. So let us see, if Ri is infinite, means this will be simple open circuit, and Rf is 0 means this will be short circuit. So here this is the diagram in which feedback path is now short circuited and this path is now open circuited. So this simple structure is nothing but the modification of previous circuit for unity gain condition. In similar way, we can design the first order high pass. Only the difference will be change of component position. In case of low pass, capacitor is placed at this point and resistor was placed at this point. So by having this small change, we can convert the low pass filter into a high pass filter. Again, this is a non-inverting configuration. V0 will be equal to Vi multiplied by gain, that is 1 plus Rf by R1. And again we will designate this bracket quantity as A. Again, by using voltage divider rule, we can calculate V1, which is coming as this. Now we can get the transfer function. So transfer function, that is V0 by Vi is equal to this much, using these two equations. Putting S is equal to j omega, we can rewrite the same transfer function as this. And this is one compact notation that we can represent this high pass response in this format, but more better representation is this one or this one in terms of omega, in terms of f. Again, this is the gain. Again, we can check at S tending to infinity, since this is a high pass response, so we will need a constant gain. So if we are putting s tending to infinity by using the rules of limit, we will get gain as 1 plus Rf by R1. So at higher frequencies, gain is A. And if we are putting s tending to 0, means DC gain. So we can see this will be simple 0, which is desired. Gain is 0 at this point. Again, if we will put f is equal to FL, means what is the gain at cutoff frequency? So we will get A by root 2. A by root 2. So this way we can check the functionality of high pass also. And this is again the specific case of unity gain high pass response. So here again we have set this resistance as open circuit, this as short circuit. So we will get only this factor of unity, and we will get unity gain high pass filter. So today we will cover up to this point. In next class we will see the third category, that is all pass response, which is only response which is possible in first order system. So we have seen today only first order low pass, high pass. Third possibility is all pass. Band pass and band rejects filters are not possible in first order case. Okay, thank you. We will discuss this matter in next class.